What up, y'all? BC, man. Coming to here, representing Bringing the Business, man. Podcast, check us out. Hey, so I stumbled up on something the other day, right? And I actually meant to, do this interview. I mean, not this interview, but do this video, a couple days ago. But, do it now. So I stumbled up on something. Before I go into what I stumbled up on, I realized that if a player is from a player or a personality, like a media personality or whatever, is from a certain place, and somebody comes in and I guess takes the shine from them in that certain place, that's a bad feeling, and a lot of people can't take that, and I guess it spews some hatred or some jealousy in that case. Think back years ago when this Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan beef started. My personal opinion, and this is not, I ain't gonna say it's not documented because I guess some people talk about it or whatever. My personal opinion is I think Isaiah Thomas was jealous that Mike came in and took his city. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to like my dad and them and stuff. They say that he still stick with Isaiah, even though he's a Jordan fan and all that. He still stick with Isaiah because they remember what Isaiah meant to the city when they were growing up, because they all around the same age. My dad's around the same age as Isaiah now. So I remember him, like, man, I'm rolling with Isaiah. Ooh, even though he a crazy Mike fan, think Mike the GOAT and all that. But they like, man, we kind of let Mike come in here and people, even from Chicago, dissing Isaiah or taking Mike's side. So I come to find out that, when you come in and you kind of like take somebody's shine out of their city, from them, out of, in their city and stuff, that's not a good feeling. And it kind of sparks up some, like I say, some jealousy, in some cases, some hatred or whatever like that, right? So fast forward, we all know, regardless of, everybody know I'm a Westbrook fan in the NBA. I like Russell Westbrook. That's my guy. And regardless of what you think about him, I know mixed feelings. He's has his flaws, but he has his greatness as well. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of what you feel about him or what you think about him, you know what I'm saying? You can't possibly think that he's all bad. You know what I'm saying? You can't possibly think that. But it's a media personality, Skip Bayless, right? Every single day for the last 3 years at least, the man got something to say about him. Like they showed in actually they ratings and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they need to cut Russ a check, man. You know what I'm saying? Due to all the ratings and everything they got off just using that man there all summer long, man. This past summer, Russell Westbrook, every fucking day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Skip gonna point out whatever. He gonna point out the flaws in Russ, right? So I stumbled up on a video the other day. Certain guy got a podcast. I'm gonna end up posting the video under this video. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so people can see what I'm talking about. Well, they talked about when Skip, criticized Russ, I guess some years back, and then he ended up coming to Oklahoma City, to do his media stuff where he's from. He's from Oklahoma City. And in the video, he talked about how, he was beloved in Oklahoma City, meaning Skip. He was beloved in Oklahoma City. That was his hometown. They kind of looked at him as somebody who's made it out of there and, looked up to him and stuff. So now when he starts to criticize Russell Westbrook, who's a star in Oklahoma City, now the city and the fans and stuff turn on him. So when he comes back to do this show or whatever that he did, they sent him death threats. He said he get death threats, real bad death threats. To the point where the NBA had to give him a bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Had to give him a bodyguard. So he was basically like, had to be boxed into his hotel room, for most of his stay. And he say even when he went there to take his mother out to dinner, he had to have his bodyguard and everything like that because people were really sending death threats. And he said the NBA looked into it and they said that, it was legit. Like, you know, people was really on this bumper. So he says that he went to the game to do something with Stephen A. They do like, I guess, like a in-game interviews or something like that. And, you know, the people were booing and doing this, that, and the other. And he say that he happened to cross paths with Westbrook. And when they crossed paths, he says that Russ kind of sized him up and smirked at him. And he says that, you know, that is what he says he's never been able to forget that. So he's kind of like blaming the death threats and the whatever like that. Like, damn near like Russ set that up himself. So he's holding that grudge against Westbrook for that. You know what I'm saying? He's holding that. So, and that's why a lot of people in the video that, you know, you're going to see that I say I'm going to put up under this, even Buddy saying like, man, this is personal, bro. And like he mentioned in there too, Shannon, it seemed like Shannon's starting to see that, man, this personal, man, let me back up. And that's why Shannon like, man, I ain't letting you put all this on Russ and all this, that, and other. Skip Bayless has a personal vendetta, personal beef, personal whatever that you want to call it against him. And I'm not saying Russ ain't made mistakes, he ain't flawed, he ain't, you know what I'm saying, whatever like that. Yeah, he has. But every fucking day, this all you talk about, man. You ain't been able to let that go, man, that the man has, quote unquote, taken your city from you. You know what I'm saying? And that's silly because he's a basketball star, bro. Of course he's going to get more love and going to get more whatever than you in a city, bro. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all let me know, first of all, do y'all believe that that's the reason why he doing it? Do y'all believe it's personal? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is it just ratings? What is it? What is it? But I found that story very interesting, man. I found it very interesting. Like I said, it reminded me of that Isaiah Thomas situation. Isaiah Thomas hates that Mike came to Chicago and took this city from him, man. Took this city from him. A lot of the Chicagoans turned on Isaiah Thomas for Michael Jordan. And now, you know, it started back then when Isaiah froze him out of the All-Star game up until, like, even years now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looking for the next person to be labeled the GOAT over him, whether it's LeBron, whether, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's holding that grudge. So, I mean, you know, I've never experienced anything like that personally, man, but that seems to be a hurtful thing, man, or something that people can't get over. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Bring in the business, man. Business.